Okay. Yeah?
I know yesterday you did mention the power rule. Because we were doing the equation. Because I still have the answer for yesterday. The 24x squared to the power of 4 minus 60x3 minus 30x squared. So you did go the power rule, but not both of them combined.
Okay, we're going to do both of them combined today. I don't remember, honestly. Do you remember? No. Okay, here we go. So, again, properties of exponents, but we're doing a power rule. Oh, damn it. Well, that's a new one. Power rule is the new one, and the one from yesterday, the product rule. Oh, gosh. We already know this one, the product rule, right? Because what does the word product mean? Multiplication, Jaden. Product, we did multiplication, right? This means multiplication. What is the multiplication rule for exponents? Oh, the product rule says that if I have like x to the power of 5 times x to the power of 4, what do? You don't multiply. It says product and you see a dot or you see parentheses, but you don't. You do what? You add the exponents. You better not put x to the power of 20. Everybody agree it's x to the power of 9? Okay, we already talked about the product rule when things are being multiplied. Here's the power rule. The power rule is this. Power refers to what other word? A power or an exponent. Yeah? This one's when you have an exponent. And you're like, wait a minute. Don't we have an exponent over here? Yes, you do have an exponent. But it's going to look like this. An example, x to the power of 5. And that has a power, right? That has a power, an exponent. But it's going to be raised to another power. Or it's going to be raised to another exponent. What do you think is the rule here for the power rule? When you have something to a power that's raised to another power, guess what? This is when you do what? This is when you do multiply them. When it's a power raised to another power, that's when you multiply them. Pretty simple, yeah? Will you confuse this with this? No. Possibly, oh my God, no. But that's the power rule. When it's an exponent raised to another exponent, we multiply. Right? So that would be x to the power of 15. All right. So watch here. For each problem that I'm going to put here, you're going to do it product rule. I should have wrote that one over here, but I'll just for each problem, we're going to do it with the product rule and then with the power rule, okay? So I'm gonna change the columns over here. I'm going to do product rule over here, product rule, because we know this one, product rule. Oh yeah, that's not product rule. And over here is going to be the way we're going to solve the same problem with the power rule, yeah? Number 1. (6m) quantity squared. Well, if I'm going to do this with the product rule, that means that there's how many of these parentheses? Oh, there's 2 of them. And see, here you're just going to have product rule, yeah? Where it will be 6 times 6 and then times m times m. Everybody agree that's the product rule? Yeah. What's the answer for this? 36 squared? What? 36m squared. M. Yeah. That's easy, right? Tell me how to do this with the power rule. 6m squared. No, that's what I did over here. That's the product rule. You're looking at it this way again.
I mean, like the exponent 1 and 2 because there's technically an exponent. It's a 1.
Okay, ready? For the power rule, anything that's inside the parentheses gets a power of, well, whatever this power is. So this would be what? 6 gets the power of 2, and m gets the power of what? Of 2.
But why is that? Because there's a 1 or something.
What are you talking about? Okay. Are we going to get the same answer? Yeah, look, what's 6 squared? 36. What's m squared? Well, m squared. You see it? You could solve them this way, and maybe some of you are going to like the product rule and stick to that, okay? But then you also need to know the power rule. That's number 1 product rule, number 1 power rule. Let's do another one. Or actually do this one by yourself because it's kind of similar. It's very similar. How about if I put 8y squared cubed, and then over here 8y squared cubed. Go ahead and do it. Product rule and then power rule. Okay, let's see. If I'm just doing and just kind of knowing what multiplication means, this means that I got to multiply this how many times to itself? 3 times. See, that's multiplication. That is saying that I got a 8y squared and another 8y squared and another third, right? Because there's 3. You guys agree? And this is, this is product rule. Product rule. That means that would be 3 8s multiplied to each other, then 3 of these. And you're going to get 8 times 8 times 8 is not like 8 times 3. It's not 24. It's a big number. It's 512. I hope you use your calculator, right? 8 times 8 is 64. 64 times 8, is it 512? Yeah. And then remember what the product rule is? When you have the same variable, you keep the variable and you add the 2 plus 2 plus 2, right? You get 6. Did everybody get that? Yeah. You're going to be like, oh, yeah. That's how we did it last time. Okay, that's good. But let's see, and you're hopefully going to be convinced that if you know the power rule, it's going to be actually a little bit quicker, a lot quicker. What does this mean? That everything in here gets a power of what? Of 3. The 8 gets to the power of 3, and the y squared gets to the power of 3. What is 8 to the power of 3? Oh, 8 times 8 times 8. 512. Do you guys know how to use the power, the exponent key on your calculator?
Yeah.
Okay, show me how to do 8 to the power of 3. 8. 8, what? You better not tell me 8 times 8 times 8. No, not that. How do you do, I know how to do square because there's a square button right here, like, like 8 squared. You everybody see that? It's the button on top of that.
The one that shows like the arrow.
Okay, very good. Everybody see this one that looks like an upside down V? It's like an arrow actually. Let me focus. Yeah, that's telling you that to take the next number up. Like that's why it's pointing up. So that would be 8. And then push that button. You see how it even goes up there like an exponent? 8 to the power of what? 3. And that'll tell you that it's 512. Some of you knew that, but not everybody. Okay. Are we done with this one? We're done with this easy one? Oh no, and then here, what happens when you have a power to a power? Remember I just talked about that, the power rule? Or an exponent raised to another exponent? You multiply. That's when you multiply them. Y6. Okay, we're good? Okay, those are easy. Okay, do this on number 3. 3, 1 product rule, 1 doing it with the product rule kind of method, and the other one with the power rule. -3 P 8 to the power of 3. And over here, negative 3. Oh. Negative 3 P8 to the power of 3. Do it over here with the product rule and do it over here with the power rule. Okay, product rule means I gotta write 3 of these bad boys right here. Negative 3 P8 multiplied to a negative 3 8, right? Because that's multiply product. So, I mean, if you want to sit there and look at it this way and that works for you, fine. Fine, it's not wrong. That's what it means. This 3 times, I got to copy 3 of those. And then that would be negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. And P8, P8, and P8. Anybody get the answer? Negative 27. Oh, watch out. Yeah, 2 negatives make a positive. But then that positive 9 times a negative 3. Yeah, negative 27 for the number, correct. And 8 plus 8 plus 8. Remember that? When it's a product rule, you add the exponents. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24. Did you guys get that? Should be 24. All right. Now let's do this same problem. We're going to get the same answer doing it. Power rule. What is the power rule? Well, negative 3 to the power of 3 and P8 to the power of 3. When you have negatives, you got to use the parentheses in the calculator. All right? Or else you probably won't get the negative answer. So parentheses, negative 3, to the power of 3. It is negative 27. What happens if you don't? No. And then what's the rule? If you have an exponent raised to another exponent, that's when you multiply. Those are easy, huh? All right, let's step it up. Number 4. 1 power rule, 1 product rule. Here it is now. Let's do the real problems now. 7m5p3 squared. 7m5p3 squared. Do it. Product rule, power rule. Okay, this is the product rule here. This number up here tells me how many times to write this and multiply it to itself. Well, 2 of them. That's going to be 7 times 7, m5 times m5, p3 times p3. Okay, you should have 49 and what? 10, right? When it's multiplication, you add P6. Is that right? That's the product rule method approach. Yeah, we're gonna kind of look at it this way in that sense, which is fine. It's not wrong. But then we have a power rule that'll probably make things a little bit or a lot easier for you, right? Make sure that everything gets a power of 2. 7 gets the power rule, so 7 squared. M5 gets raised to the power of 2, and P3 gets also raised to the power of 2. And yep, you're going to get what? 49. This is when you multiply. When it's an exponent or a power raised to another power. 5 times 2, yep, 10. 3 times 2, 6, 3. Yep, we got the same answer. Okay, ready? And I told you this at the beginning of the lesson. I asked everybody if you can do this problem, and nobody said anything. You could do this problem 2 different ways now. Okay, go ahead. We'll make this number 5. Number 5, do it. Product rule, power rule. What? Hello?
Hey, Alfred.
Yes.
Hey, this is Kevin, man. What's going on?
Oh, Kevin, what's up?
Nothing much. You working or you're on spring break?
No, I'm working. I'm in the middle of class.
Oh, my goodness. Didn't mean to disturb you, brother.
Yeah.
Well, call me when you get a free chance. My number came up on your phone?
Yeah, I have it here. Yeah, so just to let you know, we're getting together Friday. This Friday for poker. Okay, sounds good. Okay, bye. Okay, look at the Schoology. The assignment's there. Oh, I should pause this. I didn't write the answer. What you guys get for the answer? Negative 64x6y15. Boom, fácil. Okay, good.